In this video, we're taking a look at the differences between the Vaporesso Armor Max and the Armor S. Welcome back to Vampire Vape, my name's Andrew, and yes, we are looking at two big old sub-ohm kits today, the Armor Max here, and the Armor S just here. So they are both sub-ohm devices, and as you can see, they're very similar, like very, very, very similar to the point they're almost the same device, because they really are, technically. But there are some differences here, and that mainly goes to aesthetical choice. I mean, you've got the aesthetics here, I mean, really being exactly the same, but in terms of like the design is what I mean. It's a very different design because one takes an 18650 or a 21700, and the other one takes two 21700s or 18650s, but they are both, well, they're both the Armor series, right? So they're going to be very, very similar in terms of their stylings, the aesthetics there. We've got the exact same tanks on the top. They're both 510 tanks. The tanks have top fill, so you just literally press the button and they swing open to reveal a top fill port. They both have removable 810 drip tips, so you can use your own if you like, or you can maybe go and source a 810 to 510 drip tip adapter if you want to, and use 510 drip tips if you so wish. You then have these really strange feeling, I don't know what it's coated in, but this sort of shield that goes around the glass to protect it. And that's just going to protect it from drops and fall damage. So you can remove this to clean the tanks. You also get a spare glass inside the box as well. You've got a locking airflow, and what I mean by that is it goes fully open and it doesn't move past that. If you go past it more, you're going to untwist it, you're going to unscrew it from the device. And the same from the other way, there's a minimum and maximum airflow there. It doesn't just spin indefinitely. That is the tank, and they are exactly the same in both kits. So you get a 0.2 ohm or a 0.4 ohm coil in both, and we use the 0.4 ohm coil ourselves, but that's what we just chose to use. We've got 510 threads on the top of each of these, so you can actually just use any old tank if you want to. If you've got other tanks at home that are 510, you could do that on both of these devices, and they'll just screw in like so. And yeah, so you've got that. Stylings, again, you've got rugged sort of rubber coatings on both of them all the way around every side of it and on the bottoms as well. So you've got super rugged coatings because these are designed to be, well, rugged essentially. They're aimed at people maybe working on building sites or in messy environments that might drop their devices or hit them on things, a bit more frequently than others, and this is going to protect them a bit more. The battery bays are completely rubber sealed there, so it's nice and easy to use. They both have adjustable locking fire buttons, so that it's just a switch that goes up and then it locks it. Push it down and now it's usable as a fire button, right? And that's on both of them. Both of them let you lock the wattage inside the screen just there, so that you can lock that out. They both have smart mode. They both have temperature control mode, so they both let you play around with a variety of different metals there. So there's 3 different metals in temperature control mode that can be used. As I said, they have smart mode, but you can also have a quick way of enabling or disabling that. We have tutorials on both of these that go in depth on there. They both have variety of menu options with different themes and different settings. You've got eco mode in there, you've got FT mode, which I like to call foot mode, and yeah, you've got USB-C charging ports on the base, so you can charge the batteries through the device if you want to. But I always recommend, because these are external battery mods, that you buy a battery bay and charge them that way. But the choice is yours. It really, really is. The benefit of an external battery mod, whilst we're talking about batteries, is the fact that you can remove the batteries. So when the batteries start giving up after, say, 12 to 18 months, instead of getting rid of the entire device, all you need to do is replace the batteries, and then you've got a pretty much brand new device, providing that you've looked after it and it's still in usable condition, right? So with internal battery mods, once the battery's done, that's it. The device is dead. You need to buy another one. But with these, you just buy a battery and swap them out. It's nice and easy. So yeah, that's that. There are some differences though. Like I said, the Armor S takes a single 18650 or 21700, and that means this has a maximum output of power of 100 watts. So this is a 100 watt max, goes down to 5 watts minimum. and that is this one just here. Now this one, the Armor Max, takes it to the max because you've got two 18650 batteries or two 21700 batteries there, and this goes all the way up to 220 watts, which is absolutely absurd, but you can do that if you want to with a minimum wattage of 5 watts. But bear in mind, both of them have smart mode, so if you don't know what you're doing, or if you're just getting into sub-ohming, put your coil in, prep it and everything according to our tutorial videos, screw it on, and the device will tell you what the recommended wattage is just there, which is very, very handy. Smart mode is very convenient, even for an advanced mode vapor, advanced vapor like myself. I just stick it on smart mode and go from there because it's nice and easy. You don't have to worry about too much, but they really offer, both of these offer an array of different options for intermediate users, sort of advanced vapors with all those temperature control settings and everything else there. I think these are very rugged devices, but basically they're exactly the same device. So it comes down to what you prefer in the hand. Do you prefer something a bit wider and a bit smaller, or do you prefer something a bit bit more slender on the width, but like wider, that way? So it's a bit more of a handful, this one, whereas the Armor S is a bit smaller, a bit easier to handle. It really depends on what you're after. If you want more battery life, then the Armor Max is totally going to do that because you've got two batteries. It's going to be double the battery life of this one at the same power setting. So that's something to consider. Do you want a single battery mod or a dual battery mod? Other than that, they're exactly the same, and I actually appreciate that there's no differences there. Everything that can be done on this can be done on that. The only difference is this has a higher output of power, and that's it. So there we have it. Hopefully you now know everything you need to know about the Vaporesso Armor S and the Vaporesso Armor Max. My name's Andrew, this is Vampire Vape. I'll see you in the next one. Thanks for watching.